This is Peoria, a community supported by your United Fund. I'm Walter Thurman. We live in a community divided into many separate dwellings called homes, but each just as important as the other. Day in and day out, we all go about our work and play. Each day we follow a set pattern, from a hasty breakfast in the morning, a dash to the office, and finally, the quiet of the night. Yet, how often do we stop to think of those less fortunate around us? In our day-to-day existence, the United Fund plays an important role for each of us. Among many of the services available in time of need is the welcome sight of a Red Cross volunteer gray lady. That winning smile that helps those confined to a hospital, perhaps reading a book for a patient or helping with the hospital menu. While you got up and your wife fixed breakfast for you this morning, he stayed in bed. Last year, 16,851 visits were made to Joe and other sick and helpless neighbors in the community by the visiting nurse. Yet the United Fund is not limited to services to the sick and injured. Keeping boys and girls strong and healthy in both mind and body is of concern to us also. The YMCA and other youth activities provided recreation for many youngsters, including our neighboring Creve Coeur, East Peoria, and Bartonville. Scouting programs throughout the world have become part of growing up. Summer camping periods are looked forward to each season with the thoughts of campfires, hikes, and living in nature's outdoors. Indian lore and ritual are not the key purpose of this ceremony, just the beginning of the right road to manhood. To the small and helpless, it is a healing hand at St. Francis Community Clinic for the medically indigent who cannot afford to pay. To the homeless wanderer, it is a chance to regain dignity and find secure work at the Salvation Army Rehabilitation Center. To the senior citizens of this community, a quilting session brings fun and fellowship at Neighborhood House. And to the troubled, counseling of marriage and family problems. Your gift to the United Fund can never be measured. It is help and a home for the frightened, unmarried girl faced with motherhood and her baby whose birth certificate will read, Father Unknown. Would you say go somewhere else for help if they asked you? A street corner is the home they know best. Without understanding parents and the right kind of friends, they'll soon invent their own games. That's why it's so important to give your fair share. Your gift doesn't forget the little ones who otherwise would be left alone. Homemaker service made a big difference in this family's life when the mother suddenly was hospitalized and the children needed to be cared for while their daddy was at work. For those lost in a lonely world of darkness and emptiness, the Illinois Valley Mental Health Association is attempting to find a way for these people to return to a realistic world. And let's be realistic ourselves. The mental health clinic could come home to you, to your life, to your child at some future date. How would you feel if you denied it the opportunity to function today? To hit the target, to score, to win, what all of us want in our jobs, what all of us want in our lives. The United Fund appeal, a sympathetic ear to the bereaved, a gentle voice to those whom life has hardened, takes aim on more problems than we imagine. The problems of illness, the problems of social misfortune too. From camp needs to family needs. The need of a childless couple for a baby son or daughter. Agencies as diverse as Neighborhood House and the Catholic Social Service are trained and focused not on the hazy world of the dewy-eyed romantics, but the real world of human loneliness, the world we know and the house we live in. Ours is a community which, fortunately, has not felt the lash of disaster in recent years. And yet disaster could strike any time, strike our homes. One of the most important and least understood of Red Cross functions is the blood program. Perhaps your United Fund contribution will help move the blood to an area where life suddenly is measured in pints instead of years. Or less dramatically, perhaps your gift will teach a child to swim, to play and have fun in water, and manage to stay alive, too. When you're dealing in services this basic, is any gift too small? Spiritual, physical, moral aid, yes, and more. Legal aid. Your gift to this year's campaign brings relief to thousands of Peorians who each year need a lawyer as desperately as some of us need doctors. And when we speak of need, let's look at real need once more. Let's look at it for just 30 seconds. Let's look at the mentally retarded children of our community playing here at Neighborhood House Camp. Let's look and count our blessings. Let's look and thank God. Let's look and think. And most of all, let's look and remember.
Through the Community Health Foundation, United Fund contributions support a complete program of medical research and health services. Such research will hopefully find the answer to health problems such as cerebral palsy. Until a cure is found, the local Cerebral Palsy Association continues its day-to-day program of assistance to cerebral palsied children. Medical researchers also seek to conquer cystic fibrosis through grants awarded by the United Health Foundation, a United Fund member agency. Yes, one gift works many wonders. It provides social, vocational, and recreational activities for more than 200 blind people in the Peoria area. It also makes possible an interracial program of group work and informal education at Carver Community Center. At Boys Club, your United Fund gift provides guidance, education, and recreation to those who need it. The needs of our community are being served by the 37 health, welfare, and character-building agencies of the United Fund. To provide these necessary services, your help is needed. Won't you give your fair share? For hourly employees, 1 hour's pay per month. For salaried employees, according to the schedule of fair share giving. Help them all at once, with a fair share pledge to the United Fund.